Ed Primeau. I'm the CEO of Primeau Productions. I got started in video production back in high school, where I was asked to wire our entire high school for cable television. The feed came from the television studio, and the content was student-produced videos. And back in those days, we didn't have VHS cassettes. They were all open reel-to-reel tapes. Before I started Primeau Productions, I was an audio engineer at Ambience Recordings. I got my internship at Ambience Recordings by meeting Jerry Selecchia in my communications law class while I attended the University of Detroit. Jerry mentioned that he was the CEO and president of Ambience Recordings, and he offered me an internship. And when I went to my first day for this internship, I walked in the studio and I heard Bob Seger music playing, and I was a huge, and still am, Bob Seger fan. And they took me into the control room where they were actually recording overdubs on the 9 Tonight album for Bob Seger, which was a live album. It's interesting because, you know, throughout the years you try to figure out what is it that you do. And one day I sat down with a business consultant we had at the time, Eric Fries, and we identified produce, publish, promote. That's what we do. We produce video. We publish it on all the platforms that we could possibly publish it to that makes sense, mostly on the internet. And then you promote it. You drive traffic to those videos. Because you could have the best video in the world, and if nobody sees it, what have you got? I love the airport analogy. You're walking through the airport, and there's television monitors at every gate and baggage claim and at check-in. So you have a much higher chance of seeing that video programming than if there was just one television set up right in the middle of the airport and you walked by it and saw the programming for a few seconds as you're walking. It's just like that on the internet. There's so many places to post your video content. You never know where your prospect is going to be looking to see your video. So our goal with publishing is to put it as many places as possible and then promote it. Whatever network you're on, be an active member and participate in that network so that people get to meet you. And it's just like meeting people face to face, except this way you're meeting virtually on social networks. I remember when business started to get slow, and I looked back on what our successes were up to that point, and it was with professional speakers. And I saw video coming in very strong into the industry, so I dove into the National Speakers Association and became a very active member, producing their Voices of Experience series and getting to know their members and becoming friends and spending a lot of time with the National Speakers Association. And before I knew it, we were the company providing demo videos for professional speakers, and it just exploded into a niche market that I never anticipated could be so successful in so many ways. Not only do we make money and produce demo video content for our clients, but they've become friends. And most of the clients that we've had since day one. The part that I didn't see coming was how much I was going to learn from these people. When you work with knowledgeable, talented experts like our clients, sure, you make money and sure the company survives and thrives, but it's incredible what kind of life lessons you learn along the way. You meet people and you work with them, but when you spend time with them outside of work and you really strengthen those relationships, I don't care what business you're in, the relationship aspect of your business is the most important part of it. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about delivering a product, it's about making your client feel good about the product, exceeding their expectations, and you can't help but form personal relationships under those circumstances. One thing that hasn't changed is creativity. Over the years, so much has changed with technology, but creativity, I believe, is much more important today than even what it was in the past, because you can do so much more today than you could in the past because of the tools that are available. And there's no boundaries with creativity. If your mind can conceive it and believe it, then you can achieve it in video.